The exact same thing applies to your exterior lighting system, where even the smallest dead bulb can completely ruin your day. Inspectors are meticulous when they check your low beams, high beams, brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights, and rear fog lights. But the ultimate trap that catches almost everyone off guard is the tiny license plate light. Because it only comes on with your headlights and sits all the way at the back of your car, you almost never notice when it burns out. Yet, a dead license plate light is classified as a serious safety defect that requires a complete reinspection. A pro tip to avoid this embarrassment is to park your car close to a large glass storefront window or your garage door at night. Flip through all your light switches, step on the brakes, and watch the reflections behind you. You can diagnose every single dead bulb in under 2 minutes without even getting out of your seat. If you want to keep dodging these annoying state traps and learn how to prep your ride like a seasoned mechanic, take a second to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss out on our weekly garage masterclasses. Now, if you look underneath your car, the structural integrity of your vehicle is the next big hurdle. While a little bit of surface rust on your floor pans or rocker panels is completely normal and usually passes with a mild warning, the moment that rust turns into an actual hole, you are in deep trouble. Inspectors look closely at your unibody frame rails, rocker panels, subframes, and suspension mounting points. If the structural metal has completely rotted through or lost its strength, your vehicle is officially deemed unsafe for the road. If you own an older vehicle, live near a salty coastal area, or drive through states that drench the highways in road salt every winter, grab a flashlight and crawl under there. Press firmly on any suspicious bubbly spots with a screwdriver to make sure the metal is still completely solid before the inspector does it for you. Moving over to your suspension and steering assembly, any noticeable play in your front end will result in an immediate rejection. When you turn your steering wheel back and forth, your front wheels should react instantly. If there is a delay or a loose, vague feeling, you are likely dealing with worn-out tie rod ends, loose ball joints, or a failing steering rack. Inspectors will physically shake your wheels while the car is up on the lift to check for this movement. They also inspect your shock absorbers for leaks and check your coil springs for cracks. But the most common suspension failure point is a torn rubber constant velocity axle boot. The moment that protective rubber boot rips open, the crucial grease inside flings out all over your suspension components, allowing dirt and road grime to enter and destroy the constant velocity joint very quickly. If you hear rhythmic clicking sounds while turning or a loud clunking noise when driving over potholes, your suspension is already begging for attention. When it comes to stopping power, the braking system is an area where state inspectors show absolutely zero tolerance or leniency. Your brake pads must have a minimum thickness of at least 2 millimeters, which is roughly a 1/16 of an inch. If the friction material is thinner than the metal backing plate it is attached to, your car is a rolling hazard. Deep grooves, heavy lip ridges, or excessive corrosion on your brake rotors will also trigger an automatic failure. They will inspect your hard brake lines for rust spots, check your rubber brake hoses for cracks, and run your vehicle through a brake testing machine to ensure all 4 wheels are stopping with equal, balanced force. Your emergency brake must also hold the vehicle firmly on a steep incline. If you notice a heavy shaking in your steering wheel when you slow down from highway speeds, or if you hear a grinding metallic screech every time you hit the pedal, your brakes are completely spent. If you are tired of getting blindsided by these strict regulations and want to know the exact formula to ace your next inspection on the very first try, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay ahead of the regulations. Let us dive straight into the absolute biggest and most expensive reason vehicles fail their state inspections, which is the dreaded exhaust emissions test. This part of the test is a double whammy because they scan your onboard diagnostics port for hidden engine fault codes, while simultaneously measuring the actual gases coming out of your tailpipe. If your check engine light is illuminated on your dashboard, your test is over before it even begins. You fail automatically. Even if the light is off, the inspector can see pending or historical codes hidden in the computer memory, like a faulty oxygen sensor, a failing catalytic converter, or a defective mass airflow sensor. For gasoline engines, they measure carbon monoxide and hydrocarbon levels, while diesel trucks get tested for smoke opacity to check for excessive soot. High emission readings can be caused by something as complex as a leaking fuel injector or as incredibly simple as a completely clogged engine air filter that has not been changed in years. Getting your car scanned at a local auto parts store to clear out old codes and fixing any active sensor faults before your inspection date is the only way to guarantee a pass. Right along with emissions, your view of the road ahead must be completely unobstructed. Front windshield damage is a massive focal point during the walk-around inspection. The regulations break your windshield down into specific zones, and the absolute worst place to have damage is directly in front of the driver, known as the A zone. If you have a single stone chip, starburst, or bullseye crack directly in your line of sight, it is an automatic heavy defect fail. Even if the crack is over on the passenger side, if it is larger than a standard $2 coin, or if a single crack has started to web and run across the glass, you will be forced to replace the entire windshield. While a tiny rock chip outside your main viewing area might seem harmless, the moment you turn on your defroster on a freezing winter morning, that sudden temperature shock will cause the crack to instantly split all the way across your dashboard, so getting small chips professionally filled early is vital. The final major area that will ground your vehicle is fluid leaks, and the rules here are incredibly strict. Your engine, transmission, power steering pump, brake lines, and shock absorbers must hold their fluids perfectly. If an inspector looks under your car and sees an active drip hitting the shop floor, your vehicle is instantly rejected as a dangerous hazard. A heavy accumulation of fresh, wet fluid anywhere on the underside of your powertrain will flag your vehicle for immediate repair. However, if you just have some light oil sweating or a faint film of oil residue around an old valve cover gasket or oil pan, inspectors will usually note it down as a minor defect, allowing you to pass while recommending that you monitor it closely. A smart habit is to look at the pavement where you regularly park your car to spot fresh spots early, and always wipe down any old greasy residue in your engine bay before you roll into the inspection bay. Passing your vehicle safety inspection does not require luck. It just requires a systematic walk-around and the willingness to catch small maintenance items before they turn into major violations. I want to hear from you guys now, so drop a comment below letting us know what the craziest thing you ever failed an inspection for was, or share how your local state regulations compare. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you never miss our garage walkthroughs, and we will catch you in the very next video.